In this year's first episode of Parkland Profile, we'll be talking to new teachers, recapping our annual Garter Bowl games, and seeing what the Bloomsburg Fair has to offer. Good evening, Parkland. Today is Friday, October 7, 2022. I'm your host, Yoisa Morales, and Parkland Profile starts now. Debuting our new series on the best parts of living in PA, we start off with Bloomsburg Fair. For more than 166 years, the fair has been providing us with fun and exciting things to do. Now over to news correspondent Hannah Fredrich with the story.
I'm Hannah Fredrich here for Parkland TV at the long-awaited opening day of the Bloomsburg Fair 2022. Follow us around as we explore all that this fair has to offer. The first place that we're going to is to get some beef and cheddars from Mr. Greth. Mr. Greth, why do you have such an intense love for beef and cheddar?
What you have to understand is when you come to the Bloomsburg Fair, if you come in with a townie, somebody who lived here, somebody who grew up here, they know where the best food spots are. My friend Dave from college, he was a townie. He told me about the beef and cheddar.
So now do you consider yourself a townie?
No.
Oh, you're just like, you just know an insane amount?
I just know enough to get by.
I think we are coming up to it soon. Maybe? Mr. Greth, are we?
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Greth just informed me of the most devastating information I have heard over the past month, 2 months. The beef and cheddar stand that I was told about weeks ago is closed, and I will not be able to get one today. I am devastated.
This is all he has been talking about for the past entire time that we knew we were coming here. And now we've made our way to the cattle building. Let's go take a look. We are here with Willie, Tremors, Genesis, Shakira, and Minnie. And these are their opinions about the fair. Very interesting. We're even learning about some new animals here. These are the miniature zebu, a type of cattle from South Asia. Do you have anything to say? Do you have any opinions, sir? Another fan favorite at the fair is riding the ski lift. We've all seen watermelon eating contests on the 4th of July, but have you ever seen a watermelon this big? Have you ever seen 1,500-pound pumpkins? Well, here's two. Another fan favorite of the fair is the giant pumpkins. We're here with Cameron English from CDE Exotics. So Cameron, who do you have with you here today?
This is Phoenix. She's a hypo salmon red-tail boa constrictor from South America. She's about 7 years old, 7 foot. She's a big baby. I love her.
And what are you doing with her here today at the fair?
So we're taking pictures and we're educating. So a lot of people don't understand what these animals can become if you don't socialize them, everything like that. If you don't treat them like an actual child, they become a pretty dangerous animal. So, we have about 20,000 animals right now, and we educate with all of them that we possibly can. So,
awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. From the Bloomsburg Fair for Parkland TV, I'm Hannah Fredrich.
Thanks for the tour, Hannah. I can't wait to go back next year. Keeping up with the world of technology has become even more important in 2022. Here's Ethan Silver with a look at the latest tech news.
I'm high school junior and diehard tech enthusiast Ethan Silver. Here's what's happening in the world of technology. Apple once again held its annual September event where it showcased some brand new products. Just like the event itself, the announcements Tim Cook made were surprisingly predictable. First up is the iPhone 14. Or should I say the 13S. If you put the 13 and the 14 side by side, you couldn't even tell the difference at all. There is a new larger size, which they call the iPhone 14 Plus. Another big surprise. Other than that, there are no major changes apart from slight battery improvements. Even the chip is the same from last year, and so is the price. But the iPhone 14 Pros are a different story and feature some dynamic new changes. one of which being the dynamic island. Basically, that ugly old notch is a thing of the past. Now we've got a slightly less ugly cutout where the selfie camera is. In fact, Apple is leaning so much into this new design that they allow the software to interact with it. It shows your music, active apps, and all packaged in some entertaining animations. The other big change is the brand new 48 megapixel camera. This will make your photos even more crisp and full of detail. With the new iPhone lineup, Apple is also bringing some rudimentary satellite connectivity and crash detection. Now, these are only for emergencies, so this is actually a feature that I hope I'll never have to use. Along with the new iPhones, new AirPod Pros were unveiled, along with the Apple Watch Series 8. This year, they went even further with the watch by announcing the Apple Watch Ultra. It's a gigantic watch with an even more gigantic price tag. However, it will be great for anyone who takes a lot of adventures. Venturing into our next topic, Amazon broadcasted their first Thursday night football game on, coincidentally, Thursday, September 15th. This is the very first time a streaming service has exclusively partnered with the NFL. Long story short, Amazon will have an 11-year deal with the NFL, where they pay $1 billion per season. Who would have thought a Chargers versus Chiefs game was pretty historic in terms of televised sports games? Oh, and if you were wondering, the Chiefs won. Moving on to the other type of game, GTA has pretty much become synonymous with video games. And if you're a fan of the franchise, you've probably been wondering where the next installment is after almost 9 years. Well, someone else was also wondering about this elusive GTA 6, because 90 videos of new game footage was leaked to the public. And these leaks were even confirmed to be real. So what exactly would you call this? Grand Theft Auto? But how can you even begin to think about GTA 6 if you don't have the proper machine to play it? Well, do I have the solution for you. AMD has started releasing their Zen 4 chipsets, also known as the Ryzen 7000 series. The new chipsets come with a new AM5 socket as well, which means big changes for PC building, motherboards, and gaming in general. The changes are set to last until 2025, which gives you plenty of time to enjoy high FPS games and ultimate productivity. After all, running Google Meets and working on Cami assignments can be pretty taxing on the unequipped computer. But given the current chip shortage and the prices of these new processors, I think I'll stick with the Chromebook. And that's it for this Tech News Recap. We covered the not-so-new iPhone 14, a revamped Thursday Night Football, the leaked GTA 6, and a new processor that will be able to run it. I'm Ethan Silver, and thanks for watching.
Deciding to inspire the youth of America isn't an easy decision. Here's news correspondent Valeria Matagovilla with a look to how our new teachers got to where they are now.
I'm news correspondent Valeria Matagovilla. Every year, Parkland welcomes new faculty and staff to the district. I had the opportunity to interview two of the new teachers here at the high school, Mrs. Koval and Mr. Mosby. I am joined here by Mrs. Koval. She is a new computer programming teacher this year at Parkland, and I am going to be asking her a series of questions. What influenced you to start teaching?
Well, I had this terrific third grade teacher when I was in third grade, and my little 8-year-old self went home to my mom and dad one day, and I thought, this is a great job. Like, I loved art always went to art school growing up, to Baum Art School, and I thought I could combine art and teaching and put it together. Like, I knew that as an 8-year-old little kid, and I thought, this is awesome, and I'm still doing it a lot of years later.
Are you excited for anything this upcoming school year?
Yes, FOTA, which is our Festival of the Arts. I cannot wait to see what my students are going to be doing this year, as in finished projects and what they complete and what they accomplish and how they grow from the beginning of the semester to the end. That's always so just rewarding as an art teacher to see that progression and just seeing where art takes them, which is so fun.
Juggling 3 electives, has there been any bumps in the road? How have you been handling it?
No, because when I was here previously, because I was at Jandal for the past 2 years, I had taught the drawing one and the computer art one. And so it worked well because I'm, pretty much, handling it the same way and following the curriculum. But then the traditional class has been new, and that has been interesting to sort of tie all that together and bring that curriculum to my students and develop lesson plans and projects that I hope that they will love and as much as I do, and seeing what they can do with them.
That is awesome.
It's very fun.
Well, I am so glad to hear about all of that. I'm so glad that Parkland has been going very smoothly.
Very smoothly, yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm here with Mr. Mosby to ask him a couple of questions about how his first 3 weeks of school have been. What influenced you to start teaching?
Honestly, I have no idea. Honestly, when I entered college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I actually was an accounting major at first, and I just knew that wasn't something I would want to do for a good portion of my life. So I decided I'd just try something else, and I switched to an education major, and I took my first education class in U100 and completely fell in love with the idea of working in schools and learning about schools. So that was how I kind of got into it.
Awesome. Has there been any road bumps in the way of your first 4 weeks so far?
Honestly, balancing everything, I live in Philly, so I have a nice commute that really disrupts anything outside of school. Like, I wake up at 5, I leave out by 6, get here, but then after school it's like an hour and a half drive. So it's kind of hard planning anything to do after school here.
Thanks, Valeria. Every new year brings excitement and new experiences. I had the opportunity of walking around school and asking our students and staff about how they are adjusting to our new year. Hey Parkland, I'm Yoisa Morales, class of 2023, and I had the pleasure of walking around school asking students and teachers about how excited they are for back to school. I have Mrs. S here, and she's going to talk to us about how her first week is going.
This year has been going so well. It's such a nice atmosphere this year, and I've actually really enjoyed the start of the school year. And this weekend was wonderful, but I was not dreading coming back to work. I enjoy my classes, I like the atmosphere, and so far so good.
Okay.
It went pretty good. I got lost a little bit, but it was overall pretty good. It was a little stressful.
Is there anything you're looking forward to as you started high school?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to homecoming and just like really stepping up on my academics because I'm not good at school.
Who is your favorite teacher from this year?
This year, probably Mr. Roosh, and last year, probably Mr. Spence.
Do you feel as we're getting reaccustomed to a non-COVID world?
Excited and happy.
I'm excited too. Allison, what is your favorite subject and why?
Probably history because you're learning about the past around the world.
I don't really like history. You mentioned you play basketball. How do you see your season's gonna go this year?
I think it's gonna go good. There's a lot of good players here, to be honest.
Oh, that's good. How long have you played basketball before?
I think like 10 years, 7.
That's cool. I play basketball as well. We have the pleasure of having Officer Cramp with us here today. How's your first week of school been going?
It's been going really well. It's been fun getting to know the school. Obviously, this is my first year here, so it's been fun seeing all the students and watching them get excited for their first days of classes, and yeah, it's been good so far.
Walk us through an afternoon after school.
Take naps. I bake sometimes, play guitar, do homework, yeah.
How long does it take you to do homework?
Probably like 30 minutes.
Okay. I have yearbook advisor, Mrs. Beck, here with us today. What are you looking for the yearbook this year?
I'm really excited for our staff this year. We have a lot of new staff members, which is really exciting to bring in new creativity, new ideas from the middle school. So we have a lot of new freshmen this year, which is very exciting. And we have, we're going to be looking at the past. So we're looking at yearbooks of the past to get a lot of inspiration for our theme this year.
That's fun. And when can we order our yearbooks?
You can order right now, and you should order now. Last year we sold out and we didn't have any extra copies. So you can go to your Schoology update page and you can click the order link, and I would definitely pre-order soon.
Perfect. So go order your yearbook right now. The new year also brings one of the most important challenges for juniors and seniors, which is applying and deciding where to go to college. Here's guidance counselor Mr. Roberts with useful information about the process.
College application process, ladies and gentlemen. For some, it's quite the conundrum. It shouldn't be. The application process really starts in middle school, 8th grade, when you're picking your curriculum for 9th grade, because a lot of these colleges are looking at the classes you're taking. That's the most important thing in school is your curriculum, all right? If you're applying to an Ivy League school, you best have mostly AP and honors courses throughout high school and getting A's in those courses. So you have to start planning things early. Expectations of the college, they want 4 years of a language, 4 years of a science, what type of math do they want? So curriculum is important. Obviously grades, big part of the process because they're going to be judging you on your grade point average. SATs, ACTs, right now it's still optional. In future years, it may not be optional anymore. So that's something to consider. But when applying to college now, I should hope that you visited campus. That's pretty important. But if you're applying like out west to California, it'd be tough to jump on a plane and visit those schools right away. But I can't imagine applying to a school if you haven't been to that school or really researched the school. Many schools, when looking at your application, they're going to look at their database to see if you did visit the school, whether it be a virtual visit, their visit to Parkland High School, or your visit to their campus. So that's an important part. But come senior year, when you're ready to apply, applications open on August 1st. That is the first day you can apply to college as a senior. Most of our students use what's called the Common Application, used by over 1,000 schools, kind of like one-stop shopping for students. So if you're applying to 7 schools and you have all 7 schools are using the Common Application, you're in great shape. When applying to schools, first and foremost, there's some forms you need to fill out. Transcript release form, it allows Parkland High School to send your high school transcript to these schools. Your transcript that we send will first indicate the GPA from your first 3 years of high school. It'll show your courses, final grade in those courses, and it'll also show your senior year courses on the transcript. If you're applying via the Common Application, we upload your transcript for you. If you're using a non-Common App school, you'll have to send your transcript via parchment. That's important. Also important to consider, does the college require letters of recommendation? If so, they'll at least require 2 teacher recommendations. Teachers you've had, I'd say 10th and 11th grade, 9th grade too far back. 12th grade, you may have had that teacher 2 months before you apply, and the teacher is not going to be able to write a really good recommendation based on 2 months with you. So recommendations looking at sophomore, junior year. Another thing to consider, cost of college. Private school right now, like Lehigh University, costs about $80,000. State schools, let's say like the University of Pittsburgh or Penn State or Temple, about $36,000. State affiliated schools, Kutztown, Bloomsburg, Shippensburg, about $26,000. And community college costs about $5,000 a year. So the worst thing you can do is leave 4 years of college in debt. Think about, what your student loan payment would be. Speaking of that, while August 1st is the applications open up for college, the financial aid FAFSA application opens on October 1st of the senior year. So that's something you need to consider as well. Many schools will have priority deadlines. They could have early action or just a regular priority deadline of November 1 or November 15. So senior year, besides, if you're taking a rigorous curriculum, working hard in the classroom, you're heavily involved in extracurriculars, you also have the college application process to consider. Another big part of the application process, college essays. And I do say essays, plural, because many schools, besides having the general common application essay, have multiple supplemental essays. That being said, so recommendations, essays, very important, extracurriculars, but the process really kicks off August 1st. You really should have all your schools narrowed down by then, so it's never too early to start the process. That being said, do not be afraid to consult your guidance counselor about all of this information that I just shared. We actually do come into the junior English classes in March every year and discuss this entire process. We have many evenings about addressing the college application process for students and parents. Matter of fact, this year we have a financial aid night on October 12th. And we have a college night on October 19th. It's important to get out because a lot of great information is given. This information that we give that night is also available on Schoology.
I have never heard of anybody speak so enthusiastically about the college application process, which traditionally is very challenging. Speaking of traditions, Parkland High School held its annual Garter Bowl game, a girls' flag football game that raises money for a charity of students' council's choosing. Here's a look at how it went.
I'm Jacob Barnett, here with head coach Mr. Lucas. Mr. Lucas, how are you feeling after the win?
I feel good, but it was a little tighter than I wanted it to be. I'm kind of hoping that we would have a bigger margin.
What's your biggest worry going in the next game?
That they've had a break and they get to rest up, and we haven't. We're going back-to-back games.
Well, we wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations again to the junior class for winning the game. Sports are a great way for students to come together to celebrate a special cause. A grant from the Parkland Education Foundation just made it easier for students to attend. Here's Sports Director Chloe Chase with more information.
The Parkland Education Foundation is proud to announce that all Parkland students now have free access to sporting events at the track stadium, gymnasium, pool, and ballparks. They have passed a grant that allows sporting events held at all these locations to be completely free to enjoy. The sports included in the grant are boys and girls soccer, boys and girls volleyball, field hockey, cross country, boys and girls wrestling, boys and girls basketball, softball, baseball, boys and girls lacrosse, and swimming and diving. This is all made possible by the Parkland Education Foundation.
Many thanks to the Parkland Education Foundation. If for any reason you can't attend the game, you can always count on Parkland TV to stream it live on YouTube. But that's not all we've been up to. Here's a recap of what Parkland TV and film has been doing around the community.
Hi, I'm Callie Seckler, the executive producer of Parkland TV. I'm going to be walking you through a few projects we've been working on recently. We had the pleasure of filming at the Bloomsburg Fair, covering all the fun things you can do there, fun things to eat, and of course the lovely animals.
So at the fair, it was pretty much my job that I was going to be anchoring some of the segments that we were going to be doing and the videos that we were going to make. So I did some stand-ups where I spoke about what we would be doing next and what we were doing in that moment and why we were excited to be there and pretty much all of the great things that the fair has to offer. I even did a stand-up holding a snake, which was absolutely terrifying, but pretty cool, and the shots came out really nice. So I've been doing more of photography this year during sports games on the sidelines, more because I'm making the senior video this year, but also because it's really great for some of the kids who make graphics and who do the website stuff and the social media to be able to have pictures to go off of and not just clips. So it's been really cool getting to work with a professional photograph camera and not necessarily to take videos and figure out shot composition and how to make pictures look good in comparison to video, which is what I've been doing for the past 3 years.
Today, we're at Float Building, and boy, am I excited. Everyone is working really hard right now. We are in the process of painting a color and non-color television. It's split down the middle. It's gonna look super cool. It's a team effort. Everyone's working their hardest. We're also going around the Float Building and we're filming, which is gonna be super cool. I've got a camera right now, and we're gonna get some awesome shots, and this is just gonna be an awesome experience.
I've been doing pretty good today. I've been doing a lot of painting, a lot of woodworking. I got some paint on my hands, but that's not a problem because, that's life.
I have been filming B-roll on this XD Cam Sony 2 all day, a lot. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
TV crew, you have won Most Humorous Skit this evening. Congratulations to Parkland TV and Film.
That's all for tonight's episode. Tune in next month for more. Signing off, I'm Yoisa Morales. Have a great evening, Parkland.